We are here to talk about gazing, since this is one of the fundamentals of nagualism. Those who read my books will have realized how broad this subject is, and so I won't be able to describe all that gazing stands for. It's something potentially infinite. There are incredible forms and ways of gazing, some even indescribable, that can only be done, executed, but that are not possible to describe. Yet, here I'd like to clarify what the foundational core of gazing is. Basically, we start from two assumptions. First, we are units of perception, and second, the world, and we are a sensation. Through gazing, we can recover the memory of ourselves as perceivers, and of the world as a sensation. This gives us the ability and possibility to modify our condition in a very direct manner. Eventually, it leads us to the possibility of seeing and intending. In other words, we can get to manipulate the sensation of ourselves and the world through our perceptual capabilities, directly through our body in the broadest meaning of the word. There are numberless gazing techniques. The ones I described in the books are just fragments, the basics. Then the matter becomes increasingly elaborated and abstract. But what we basically do is to start from our common, ordinary senses and modify their use to the point of unifying our perception, to unify ourselves. As our gazing becomes more elaborate and complex, we conversely simplify our condition as perceivers until we become what we are. That is, an entity that perceives the world directly, through the totality of itself. That's why we use techniques that stimulate our whole body to perceive as a whole. We aim at a real change. That is, at the moment in which gazing is no longer a technical exercise, a way of looking at things, listening to sounds, etc., but becomes a state that we can manipulate, which we can act upon directly, and that coincides with our connection to the world. This change of speed, this change in the time mode, is achieved when we reach what warriors call permanent gazing. I'll try to give as simple a definition of this state as possible. This change in speed takes place when we can be permanently in a state of perceptual connection with the world, one that is continuous and direct, in which our state of attention is always heightened, a state in which we utilize the speed of the body, and the body is a lot faster than the mind. The most elaborate gazing techniques cannot be carried out while thinking about how they should be carried out. The body must do it, because the mind does not have the necessary speed to do such complex things. These complexities are enacted on purpose, to make us abandon the resistance opposed by the mind, to make us transfer onto the body and start using it, using ourselves as perceptual entities. This way, we realize that if we don't think but simply do things, we cannot know how we do them mentally, and nevertheless we do them. We are much faster than thought. At that point, it becomes no longer necessary to have techniques. We know exactly what to do moment after moment. It's a way we can also succeed in having the connection with intent. When we reach what warriors call permanent gazing, we are directly and continuously connected with intent. At least we always have a clear awareness of its presence around us. And so, in order to continue staying in this state, we necessarily have to act for the sake of acting. That is, respond to the world's stimuli, suggestions, immediately, without thinking, but by acting. Intending doesn't mean imagining something or thinking it. It means doing it with the body. In the end, this is what gazing does. It guides us to act directly, without mediations, as perceivers.